Okay, so hello and welcome to Code Age VIT, and this is today's Vprople question. Neutralizing solution. Neutralizing solution. See over here, basically, a chemist is having n number of cups. Okay, and these cups are constant. Okay, they are having some solution power like concentration in it, and we have to find a particular concentration. Okay, concentration which will neutralize it, which will totally neutralize it. See, the task of the chemist is to find a neutralizing solution X of strength S. In this task, the chemist will be given solutions in cup that are having strengths that are integers, and the strength of neutralizing solutions can be also only an integer. Okay, so we have to figure out that what is the integer value which can neutralize the entire all the cups. Okay, see, for that what we have to do is, let me consider the example. See over here, suppose 1, 2 and 3 are the strengths of 3 cups which the chemist is having. Okay, so in order to neutralize it, suppose if you are taking a solution X which is having strength as 2, so if you subtract 1 to 2, you will be getting -1. 2 minus 2 gives you 0, and 3 minus 2 gives you 1. Okay, so add -1, 0 and 1, you will be getting 0. So I can say that the 3 cups which I was having is now neutralized if I use a solution X of strength 2. Okay, so my answer should be, let me show you another screenshot. This one, yeah. So if the solution can be neutralized, then I have to print yes. Okay, otherwise no. And if it can be neutralized, then along with printing yes, I have to even print the strength of the neutralizing solution. Okay, in this case, the example which I took, the answer will be yes, and in next line I have to print 2. Okay, or for example, suppose if I'm taking 1 comma 2 comma 2. Okay, I'm having 3 cups with the solutions as said earlier, 1 comma 2 comma 2. Now suppose if I'm subtracting the solution, suppose if I'm taking a solution X with strength of 2, so 1 minus 2 gives you what? It gives you -1, 2 minus 2 gives you 0, and 2 minus 2 gives you 0. So if you'll be adding all these three, we'll be getting -1, which is not equal to 0. Hence, the solution cannot be neutralized. And remember one thing, the solution X which you are going to use of a particular strength should not exceed the given strengths. For example, if you are see over here, 1, 2 and 3 are the strengths of the 3 cups. Okay, so our neutralizing solution should have strength between 1 and 3. Okay, not more than or less than that. That is also a point which we have to note. So let's move on to the code. So first I have to take how many cups I'm having. Now I have to store the input, that too in a space separated format. Split. Okay, so now this is done. See, now I'm having my entire input. Now the thing is, see, I have to go for 2 for loops. But one more thing, as I said earlier, my for loop should run from 1 to 3. Okay, it should not be more than 3 or less than 1. But in order to know that what is the minimum and maximum value in the list, let us write for I in range min of use list, comma max of use list plus 1. Now see what is happening over here. Suppose if my suppose if I'm having 3 cups and the strengths of these 3 cups are 1, 2 and 3. So over here the minimum value is 1 and maximum value is 3. So I am running my for loop from 1 to 3. Okay, that means the value of I is gonna be 1, 2 and 3. That is why I've also written +1 over here. Okay, so now see, once I got my values, and I have to go for another for loop for j in. See, now what I'll be doing is I'll be subtracting I by each term of this list. Okay, suppose if the value of I is 1, so I'll be subtracting 1 with 1, 2 with 1 and 3 with 1. After doing this, I will add all these 3 numbers and I will check whether it is equal to 0 or not. If it is equal to 0, then I will print yes, and I will also print the value of I. Okay, so now see, I will be creating a temporary list. Now why I am doing so? Now suppose if I subtract elements present inside the use list, okay, so after one for loop the values will be changed. Okay, they won't remain the same. Now suppose, see, instead of using temp list, if I'm using use list, okay, and I'm subtracting each element of use list by I, then it will get changed. Okay, it's a dynamic program, it will get changed. The value of use elements of use list will be changed. Okay, because of which for the next for loop I won't be using the original use list, okay, which was provided by the user. Rather I will be using a updated use list. So for that case I'm using a temp list, okay, which will be storing all the updates in it. Let me write it, then it will be clear for you. temp list dot append I minus j. Now see what is happening. I'm subtracting, okay, I'm subtracting the value of I from all these elements, okay, and I'm storing the value which I'll be getting by subtracting in a new list, a new temporary list. Now once I've done this, see what I'll be doing. If sum temp list is equals to 0, if the sum of the temp list is equals to 0, then print yes, and even print the value of I. That's all. Okay, that is all what I have to do. Okay, so now I hope you would have understand why I have created a temporary list over here. Okay, because I didn't want it to change my values present inside the initial list, use list. That is why I created a temporary list which will be storing these updated values. See, this is the value which I'll be getting. Okay, this is the updated value. It will be storing, okay, over here, and I'll be checking it whether its sum is equal to 0 or not. If it is not equal to 0, once again a temporary list with temporary empty list will be created, and the same process will be repeated. Okay, now suppose if sum of the temporary list is not at all equal to 0, okay, at any point of time, so for that I have to even print no. Okay, so for that case I have to create a variable, okay, answer as false. Okay, answer true. Now see, now out of this for loop, if value of answer remains false, what does this means? It see, it's a boolean expression, okay, its value is false. It values gets changed only when we find a particular value of I for which the sum of the temporary list becomes equal to 0. Okay, but if you are not finding such value, it means my value of answer is false. What does this signify? It signifies that there is no solution X with a specific concentration which can neutralize the solution. So in that case I have to print no. Okay. So now let's run this code. Okay, so suppose if I'm having 3 cups, one cup is having concentration as 1, 2 and 3. So see what I'm getting over here, built-in functions or methods. Wait a minute, object is not iterable, use is equals to list int comma input dot split. Why is it not working? अच्छा अच्छा एक मिनट यहाँ पे एक ब्रैकेट कम पड़ गया. हाँ, okay, now it should work. It will work. Really. Invalid syntax. Okay, now it's okay. Okay. So 3 cups, 1, 2 and 3 is the concentration, so yes. Okay, and it means these cups can be neutralized by using a solution of strength as 2. Okay, and let me consider another example. Suppose if I am having 3 cups with concentration 1, 2 and 2, then no, these cups cannot be neutralized. Okay, so that's all for today's code. Okay, it's basically it's working correctly. Okay, now it's totally corrected. I just made some mistakes over here, because of these brackets. See, that is why I don't use this normal. Ideally I use PyCharm, but for the kids, since it's bright enough, so it's clearly visible while uploading videos and all those things. Okay, that is why I'm using this, or else if I would have done this in PyCharm, I won't have made these bracket mistakes. Anyways, thanks for watching.